It is thus my hope, dear sisters, that you will reflect carefully on what it means to speak of the genius of women, not only in order to be able to see in this phrase a specific part of God's plan which needs to be accepted and appreciated, but also in order to let this genius be more fully expressed in the life of society as a whole, as well as in the life of the Church. Pope St. John Paul II, Letter to Women. Dear sister, what comes to mind when you think about the feminine genius? Maybe this is the first time you're exploring what those words mean. Perhaps you've heard the phrase before and wondered if it's just a buzzword that we throw around in our conversations as Catholic women. Or maybe you, like me, have spent quite a bit of time thinking about that term. When I first heard about the feminine genius, I was in 8th grade confirmation class. I read it first in the writings of Pope St. John Paul II, a pope who recognized the beauty and dignity of women. My first impressions? I thought it was fascinating and intriguing. I wanted a part of this feminine genius, whatever it was. But the further I got away from 8th grade and progressed through high school, college, and post-graduation life as a Catholic woman, the feminine genius became something less intriguing and more intimidating. The more I thought about that term, the more it seemed unattainable. In fact, I began wondering if the feminine genius was really for me. There were parts of my story where I thought that I was too much for the feminine genius. Then, there were seasons of my life that made me think I would never be enough to claim that I was living out the feminine genius in my life. If I'm being honest with you, I was worried that I wouldn't make the cut. I was the woman who stood in line for confession with a long list of times I'd failed to be the woman the Lord created me to be, the wife my vocation invited me to be, and the mother my parenthood offered me opportunities to become. I'd stand in line, clutching a list of ways I'd missed the mark, and ask God if he was serious about this feminine genius stuff. Really? Me, Lord? The feminine genius? Even with this list of failures and mistakes?